Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Transformers fans everywhere, welcome back. LPS, Last Prime Speculator, here to bring you another speculation as always. We're going to talk about Drift. We're going to learn about Drift's origins in TF education. Drift is the most intriguing one, in my opinion, through even Transformers Age of Extinction. He's the most known unknown, and the rumor is that Drift is probably most likely the one to be to die. I'm going to disagree. With all due respect, I'm going to disagree. So before we start, this is a Transformers speculation channel. We're a community that is based off of Transformers. We speculate, we dig deeper than most channels, exactly what they're doing in this movie. To my subscribers, I love you so much, but we're going to talk about Drift. I think Drift being a samurai knight is very important. So let's start. Drift is a master of an ancient weaponry who always remains calm and controlled during combat. Long ago, he fought for the Decepticons. The scars of battle changed his thinking, and now Drift wields his swords for good as a member of the Autobots. Drift is kind, caring, selfless, serious, intelligent, calculating, and wise. He has a sense of justice, honor, and good morals. On the battlefield, he is a great fighter and tactician. Drift is very mature, calm, level-headed, disciplined, and patient. Drift, G1. Drift was not always an Autobot. In fact, he slaughtered quite a few when he was known as the Decepticon Deadlock. But Deadlock's eyes were open to what the Transformers war had become when he stumbled across the lost faction of neutral Transformers long since forgotten. His ruthless ways and abandoned his guns for swords and changed his name and appearance. Drift carries a legendary Cybertronian sword known as the Great Sword, an ancient weapon that predates modern civilization. The Great Sword draws upon the spark's energy of its bearer, and such must only be used in the most dire moments of circumstances. Let's learn about the Great Sword. A Great Sword is an ancient weapon that was passed down through the circle of light. These fabled swords are extremely powerful, drawing the power from its welder's spark through the connection board of the welder's faith. The weapon hilts upon the energy from the owner's spark, which then energizes the tip of the sword's blade. The stronger the faith, the more powerful the ancient sword becomes. Because of this, this weapon was only used as a last resort and also can resort on the potential results of the welder's death, depending the strong of the welder's faith. Drift, robots in disguise. While some bounty hunters might be hired for thugs, Drift is a rarity. He's a bounty hunter with a conscience, dedicated to hunting down wrongdoers and crooks across the galaxy. Drift aims to bring down his targets fairly and honorably, with the goal of rehabilitating him into contributing members of Cybertron society. The code is attempted to distance himself through the past of the Decepticon soldier known as Deadlock, through his deadly times of when he was an ancient and evil bounty hunter. As a result of his training through the Circle of Light, Drift dedicates to rehabilitating himself and bringing positivity to the Cybertronian Empire. Drift is an expert with the blade in combat, blasters from up close approach, leaving his minicons to handle outside distractions while he focuses on the target. Turns out he needs the backup, which is unpopular with other bounty hunters. Drift, Titan movie comics. 5 years before the Battle of Chicago, Drift led a 3-con team to Cybertron with his friend Knucklehead and his future enemy Lockdown. His task was to capture an Autobot stronghold, which he planned to do by strong-holding it and blasting his enemy with bloodshed. Lockdown sneered at him for being soft and putting place on that, which Drift pointed why Megatron would be put in charge. The three sneak up the wall, surprise the Autobot guards, martial arts skills that disable everyone without one shot being fired. However, Lockdown tried to execute the prisoners. Drift stopped him. Lockdown eventually took the opportunity to name Drift as a traitor and reported back to his creators and his makers. By the time of the Battle of Chicago, Drift had indeed switched sides and was annoyed to be cleaning up through the arc debris on the moon instead of tracking down the remaining Decepticons. Optimus was looking at Drift so eager to join and become a member of the Autobots. Drift was made a grave for his friend when he was later fined that his best friend, Knucklehead, was massacred by the enemy Lockdown. Lockdown, the new target. Drift, Age of Extinction. A former Decepticon turned Autobot commando, Drift's strength not lies with the mastery of the ancient swords, but his composure in battle. Despite the dark times of the Autobots, Drift remains calm, dignified, and thoughtful, often at times practicing his swordsmanship through whatever it takes instead of resulting to combat. Drift highly respects Optimus Prime, referring to him as his sensei. Knowing there's hope whenever the Autobot leader is around, he is extremely polite and loyal and is a tripper changer that will follow Optimus Prime to the bitter end and result in his own death. He doesn't think much of Bumblebee. Now let's speculate. So guys, what do we learn about Drift there? We know Drift a warrior, he's a samurai, he's got a conscience, he's loyal, he's fearless, and his leader is Optimus Prime. But everything is tiled into the blade and the tip of his sword. And it's all tiled into the faith of the sword. Drift chooses swords over guns, which is very unheard of. This new Knights theme is very remarkable. I felt in Age of Extinction, I don't know if you guys remember, I know I personally remembered, when we saw Drift. The concept art, the idea, they were marketing Drift, and we're like, damn, they're going with the samurai. And let's be honest, Drift was more of a backup prop in a way. But he did have a very important part, in my opinion. I think in that part where Optimus picked up the sword and became known as a legend exists, if you're familiar with my channel, I'm big on that, is he saw Optimus Prime and Grimlock and he became purified. We saw the Autobot blue. It's very similar to the Maker's blue. It was just the most pure blue of Autobot I've ever seen. And he's loyal to Optimus Prime. He refers to him as a sensei, which is a big deal through Japanese culture, right? It's a huge deal. But everything's about his sword and his faith and the will of his faith. Now think about through the writer's team. Now, his color is important. He switched the card mode, which is about money, let's be honest, but they have to kind of tie it in. Something that I forgot to bring up, which is even why I wanted to do a Drift video, is on my speculation of my trailer breakdown, if you guys saw it, was that hand, which is that Cybertronian hand, which is right here. It's that purple one, which is being passed back to Merlin, right? It's being passed off to Merlin. I forgot to say, what if this is Drift? Drift throughout the origins is connected through the Knights of Cybertron. I didn't do it in the TF education, but I'll leave the link down there, or just go to TF Wiki, you can find it, where he was obsessed with finding the ancient knights of the Knights of Cybertron, and he was connected to the Cybertronian Knights, which are two different things. He's titled in, and he was obsessed with finding the Knights of Cybertron, and basically everybody told him it was not true. The Knights was a legend and a secret, which is not true because that's the movie's based off of a hidden secret. And he was obsessed with finding them. Now also think about this. He's a knight. He's already a samurai knight. Like, think about how easy it is to be a writer's team and just, wow, you guys didn't even touch on Drift and you made him a samurai knight? Okay, cool. And you tie in with the hidden secrets. Now, if you remember all these little snippets, which I love, these history ones, it's always tied in with Drift and the samurai. I mean, look at the resemblance. It's literally saying that the humans thought of Drift as their god. Think about it at that time when the world was very small. The makers or creators could literally isolate these Transfoemrs and planets, and they didn't even know why they were here either, right? Now, tied in with the Last Knight and Optimus Prime. Think about the sword. I've done a lot of theories with Optimus Prime and the sword, but Drift's role is the code of the Knight's sword. He is all about he prefers the sword over guns, which says a lot about his character, and we learned from our TF education, he's clearly got a personality in his soul. This movie, Bumblebee, is the leader of the Autobots on Earth, and he also was before Prime left, but he is first and only loyal to Optimus Prime, and he will die with Optimus at the end of the day, and we know Optimus is being evil. Drift was also a Decepticon. We already know his thing through the Decepticon origins is that his name was Deadlock, and he's trying to basically erase that moral evilness, we'll call it the evil Decepticon thing, to be Drift. He recreated himself, but he's always been a knight. Now, with the Last Knight being involved with this about these weapons and stuff, what if Drift was also has a bigger role in this in a way too? I mean, it's literally a free zone. He is connected through comics of lore of the samurai knights of the Cybertronian way. He's a true knight, a legendary true knight that will die by the sword. That's what it's all about. And this movie is focused on hate, but the powers that in the great sword, which he buries, that he got from the Circle of Light, is all about the sword of faith. I think that Drift could have an importance because we see Optimus going against the Infernicons. the more he chops, the more he kills, the more he does all that, the bigger the hate that everything gets in the tip of the blade. You can't defeat the evil if it keeps separating. It literally is just, the hate is getting so bad, and we've seen Optimus Prime throughout this live-action universe. The writers team is trying to create a new lore based off of Transformers lore in general, and also live action is also a lore. Optimus is going through his evil routes. All of his things are tied into the sword and the faith of a blade. He could have a big role in this through this lore, and let's be honest, it's pretty damn cool. So I don't know, guys, I thought I'd throw that out there for you. A little TF education. I'm going to give a shout out to all my subscribers pretty soon, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do a live stream, probably around 4:30. I'm going to send a notification as soon as the video uploads. Make sure to check it out. I want to make sure I take care of my UK fans out there, too. I feel like 3 o'clock is the best time I can kind of do it, or 3 to 5-ish. Eastern Michigan time, of course. So to my subscribers, I love you so much. If you are a fan of Transformers and have an open mind and enjoy speculations, this is the channel, this is the community for you. Again, guys, I love you so much. To my subscribers, LPS Last Prime Speculator, peace.